Hi, my name is Nadine Wormsbacher, and today I want to talk to you about an amazing shape and all the metaphorical meanings that are in this shape and how it can apply to human behavior. First of all, does anyone know what this shape is called? Many of you might have guessed that this is a pyramid. However, it's not a pyramid. A pyramid has one side down and four sides going up. However, in this shape, there's one side down and three sides going up. Now, this particular shape was sort of rediscovered or identified by a man named Buckminster Fuller. He was a contemporary of Einstein's. He was an inventor, an architect, and he studied natural systems. He was watching how bubbles in a ship's wake form so quickly and so geometrically, and what he realized is that those were tetrahedrons. So what he said is that the tetrahedron is the simplest shape in the universe, and he considered it one of the building blocks of the universe because he went on to create geodesic dome type structures using a tetrahedron. So when we look at this tetrahedron, what are some of the things that we notice? We've already discovered that there's four sides. And note, each side touches each other. If you remove one side, the structure will just collapse because it takes all four sides in order to maintain structural integrity. Each side has three equal lengths that go to it, and the lengths touch each other. Now, the difference between this and a cube is, if you think about it, a cube has two faces and two faces. So there's definite opposites. Our brain loves the idea of opposites because it can simplify, it can group them, and we don't have to think any further. However, with the tetrahedron, there are no opposite faces. And once again, every face is required in order to create this synergistic, strong system. Now, if you were going to take this system and apply it to human behavior, or at least to explain some human behavior, how could you do that? Well, first, you'd want to flatten it out so that you could put it in a book and write about it, right? Well, how do you flatten out a three-dimensional figure? The best way is to turn it into a flat map, which is where we get the name tetramap. As you can see, there's actually four triangles that are put together to create this map. This first one on the left includes an earth element. Earth is firm and very outcome focused. The second element you see up here is air. Air is clear, very precise, and very logical. The third element here is water. Water is calm and feelings oriented. And this fourth element is fire, which is bright, spontaneous, and full of possibilities. When we look at these four elements and their natural tendencies, can you think of anyone who displayed some of those natural tendencies to you? I know that I can. As a tetramap of human behavior, it's just brilliantly simple, metaphoric, and it's so complex. For example, left brain and right brain people. We're all familiar with that. When you look at the tetramap, people who have air and earth components tend to be left brain, whereas fire and water are right brain components. The elements of earth and fire are externally focused, right? We've got extroverts and introverts. It's the same with the elements. They are externally focused. Meanwhile, the air and the water are internally focused. They think before they speak, they consider others, imagine that, and they are not going to just say things off the cuff like some of the other elements could. In addition, when you look at this, you can see that earth and water both have the bases of their triangles pointing down. What can that possibly mean? What that means is that those elements reflect people who tend to be concrete, down to earth, very practical. Whereas when you see people who have the elements of air and fire, their base is up, right? It's up in the air. That's where the creativity, the possibility, the conceptual things all come in. Now, you could see that if you removed any one of these elements, it's no longer a complete system, which is the same for human nature. We all have preferences, natural preferences of course, but we all need to have all 4 elements within our personality and our tool bag in order to be the most effective in our human interactions, our organizational interactions, and to be strong and balanced. If you found this interesting, you can learn more by going to tetramap.com. It's tetramap.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you start thinking about what elements are displayed in your behavior and how you might be more balanced about them.